Hello everyone, I hope it's a beautiful sunny day for you, because it is for me. And you'll get a little welcome kiss.
Wow.
Hope that was fine with you.
You will get a little welcome slurp. Wait.
Great.
That's me slurping on my Capri Sun. No sponsors. But you're gonna be hearing that sound on and off because I'm very thirsty.
I might bleep brands.
That's probably a smart idea. What are we looking at today? I feel like we've teased this in the last voiceover.
Oh, absolutely. Because you asked me, what do you want to build next?
That sounds exactly like me. I was very confused. Yeah, and you committed to your promise, and I appreciate that. Just tell me about it. What inspired you?
Well, I said I'd like to build something. Thanks for the slurp. Slurp intermission. I said I'd like to build something Asian again, and I chose another Japanese build for Mount Komorebi. And I had a blast.
The whole neighborhood is also based on like
on Kyoto, yeah.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
So I used lots of items from Felix's Kyoto set, which is always great because it's beautiful and I use it to little. It's got lots of variety, but sometimes I try to limit my number of different sets.
Why do I sometimes feel like Felix is he should be a dev? Because like he makes this game playable for you.
Yeah, he and Harry both do.
Yeah.
But I'm very glad that they're not game devs themselves, because then they'd have all these limitations and that EA bullshit.
Yeah, this makes sense to me. Yeah, so shout out. Thanks for making the game be what it is, for you at least, right?
Right. So the exterior of this build is almost entirely made up of Felix's Kyoto items and the life edit objects from Snowy Escape.
Okay. I was gonna ask, is the front, was that a storefront? Because it has a sign, right?
Oh, thank you for asking.
Oh, you're welcome for asking.
Yeah. This was inspired by...
This must sometimes sound like you have a gun to my head and have me read these notes.
Yeah.
Because I'm so perfect at segues, of course.
Right? Sometimes I'm a little embarrassed by how well you play into the things I need to say.
Absolutely, I agree. And then I interrupt you, so you're welcome.
Yeah, this was inspired by a painting of a timber shop, like a timber store facade.
Justin Timber
in
Store
Kyoto.
facade. Sorry.
It's not Justin Timber Store?
Yeah.
Not even...
Oh, that's not even his name. Oh my god. I don't know what just happened in my brain.
No, Justin Timber Store is definitely
Justin
his name.
Timber Store.
Yeah, so I was inspired by that, and I had this very modern interior in mind that I wanted to do, but still Japanese. But I love the look of these original townhouses from Kyoto, so I kept that look. I wanted it to be residential, so I turned the timber tiny warehouse area into an half outdoor, half indoor second kitchen type of space.
Yeah,
as you'll see.
That's what you need in life.
And I added a garden and a second floor, which I think... No, maybe it did have a second floor, actually.
How many people do you think, or how common do you think it is for people in Kyoto to have 2 cars? Do you think that's very common?
I don't know, but I wouldn't think so. But this is not like a carport or a...
okay.
This is just the street.
Okay, I gotcha. So they don't have to be their cars.
It's definitely not their cars because there's no functional cars in The Sims.
That's right. There's no functional cars in The Sims. I forgot. Okay. Yeah. But I think, but by my very limited knowledge, it already looks very authentic. I also do like the inside-outside space, the timber warehouse kitchen, as you so gracefully described it. I do have to say I'm a big fan of columns. I think everybody's a fan of columns. I think columns are very generally accepted to be an architectural feat that we as humanity are proud of. I would presume.
Gotta agree with that.
Right?
Sure.
And I always feel like, we gotta appreciate columns more. Wait, now I'm going back on what I just said.
Yeah.
That's stupid. Hold on. But I think our entire appreciation for columns is very much justified because they do not only provide structural support, a lot of structural support, but they also look very, very firm and very aesthetically pleasing to look at. So
does this go for all columns in your opinion?
I'll tell you this. I have yet to see a column on a building that I don't like. I've not seen one, but I don't want to, I don't want to set anything in stone. So maybe there are columns out there that I don't appreciate, but so far I haven't encountered any.
Okay, I kind of want to take this as a challenge.
Build an absolutely horrendous column somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
But
try me.
Yeah. On the other hand, I like to see you happy, and I'd like you to keep your appreciation for all sorts of columns. I think that's beautiful. That's a beautiful sentiment.
Bridges too. Don't even get me started on bridges.
Oh, there are some ugly bridges.
There's ugly bridges, but a good bridge just ups the value of the place by like tenfold.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not keeping this bridge. I would have loved to do. I
can't do this anymore. I cannot.
He's leaving. I would have loved to build a really big, like intricately designed Japanese garden. But the lot was a little bit too small for that. I still managed to fit in a Zen garden and then some cute little areas. The balcony might actually be my favorite space. But yeah, I'm keeping that bridge, pond, stream, garden situation that I had in mind for another build. Like, that's not lost. I love that debug bridge that came with Snowy Escape. I never once got to use it, and that can't stand.
I have to say, like, having a big old garden, is obviously awesome. You have a lot of free space and such. But a small garden, when it's like well managed, I feel can be a really cozy place, especially if you have the balcony right above. Like, you could be sitting there looking down at your garden, and the little garden people are running around.
Totally agree. Would you mind elaborating on the garden people?
Well, the people that run the garden, they make the garden green. They rake the sand. They make I don't know, just the garden. How do you not?
Like gnomes?
Like, sure, like gnomes, like maybe orcs too, small orcs, elves, something like that. I don't know. Whoever tends the garden, I'm on the balcony. I look down on them.
Yeah, I'm just gonna skip right past that.
Okay. What happens to a Zen garden when it rains? Do you just have to re-rake the whole thing?
That's a good question, but
should ask the garden people. Because I'm not gonna rake the whole thing again.
I would think so. I would think you'd have to. But I'm very glad that you put that picture of that sitting on the balcony looking down over the garden picture in everybody's mind. And of course the garden people. Because that's exactly what I wanted for this place. As you'll see now. Because look at that really cute space.
Yeah, and especially like when the sun sets and you have all these little lights set up around your garden area. That's gonna be really, really cozy and romantic. So that's cool. I appreciate a small garden. I can very much appreciate a small garden. It's better than no garden.
Yeah, it's also nice because it looks full always. It always feels cozy, kind of.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can really go for that overgrown, natural
aesthetic
look, for the garden.
Yeah, I agree. Especially having what I assume to be real stones to walk on through your home garden. That's gotta be a privilege, man.
It's about the stones for you?
Yeah, it's mostly
like the Rolling Stones.
I'm not gonna dignify that with my answer.
Yeah, okay, and I'm not gonna cut that. Just keep going.
Yeah, there's something to me about when it's like in a summer night with your cold feet your warm feet walking over the cold stones. That it's got to be really cool.
Yeah, you know what? That did something. I didn't know what you were talking about before, but
right.
now you painted
a foot picture with my head. Also, I've thought about this. You put like a bench sort of type in the Zen garden. So how would you get from the balcony? You jump from the balcony on top.
I knew you were gonna say something about that. I put that there, and I thought he's gonna say something about this.
Well, he has to, right?
And you are right to do it.
Yeah.
You are absolutely right. It's just, suspend your disbelief.
I cannot. My disbelief has very much unsuspended. I'm telling you, you could jump from the balcony even.
Now, that is reckless.
Well, reckless is my middle name. But and also danger.
I think
so.
You're L. Reckless danger.
I'm the other one, reckless danger.
L.
Yeah.
I think you could jump from that little entrance.
Okay. I want you to have a blueprint drawn out for me by tomorrow or the end of the day. And I will build it. And then we'll both try to jump. And we'll see who lands on the bench.
You're probably gonna land on the bench.
Yeah.
And I won't.
Exactly, because if we jump at the same time, I will push you away in the air. Oh man, is that a grill?
Yeah, it is. That's the outside-inside kitchen.
Outside-inside kitchen grill.
Just the second kitchen / barbecue / just really cool, special, unique, fun area. But also, wait, one sec. What? Wait.
Okay, fine. I won't say anything. Come on.
Just another thought. Actually, I think some footprints would look really pretty in that garden.
I agree. It's just that I move everywhere on all fours, so it'd be a very confusing mess of patterns. For the average garden enjoyer.
I think you could actually play around with that a little more. I think I'd walk there backwards and then hit those same footsteps while walking out again, and then it looked like as if somebody had appeared there and then just walked out. Like, that'd be fun, right?
I would put on like frog shoes to make it look like I had enormous frog footsteps, and then I'd jump so it looked like a giant frog was in the area, and people would be like, what's this giant frog doing here? I'd be like, I don't know, I haven't seen him.
You're a con artist.
Exactly. I also want to point out, now that you stopped shushing me, I want to point out that it's very good that next to the grill you will find a handy dandy fire extinguisher, because this whole place is ready to blow or burn down for that matter, without a fire extinguisher, especially with the grill not right next to those lovely wooden walls.
You're so right, but also, have you been a building inspector in a past life? Because you're always on my ass
about safety issues.
Especially fire safety issues.
Well, there has to be good fire protocols in place. Do you want your house to burn down? No, you don't, and that's why you got me looking out.
No, I'm glad somebody thinks about that.
Yeah.
Because you're absolutely right. All of this is timber. That would go up in flames in a millisecond.
Yeah, exactly. So, you're welcome with the fire extinguisher. Did I put there?
No, you did
not. Okay. Well, all right. Let's not make this. Okay, whatever. Moving on. I do have to say, this whole contraption that we're looking at right now. I don't know whether to call it a cupboard or
that's a shelf.
A shelf. Board, cup, 2 shelves, 1 book cup. Oh my god. There's some lore for you. Is that CC?
Yes, that is actually from Harry's recently published octave set, the 4th part, to be precise. And it's almost, this is another thing that I did not ask you to ask, but you smell these things.
Yeah,
you know just what to talk about.
Well, it's mostly because, and I want to shout out Harry. You've done a very good job. With the fire safety protocols, and this looks like a very fireproof shelf item. So I'm just giving it an ocular pat down as you do. Yeah.
I'm actually very excited about this object because that is the new one, the new shelf that has a bookcase letter that you've been asking about forever, and I've been asking about even longer.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
But I haven't used the ladder in here because the ceiling's not that high. So
yeah, that totally makes sense. But it's great that it's out now, and you can use it for many future builds.
Yes, I'm very excited about that. And this whole thing, it all fit very well with this open floor concept. Very modern, very high contrast design. Lots of black to complement the white, and then a few specks of red, and lots of Japanese elements. That's really that was my entire concept for this.
Right, because you have this somewhat traditional exterior, but
somewhat?
Yeah, this very traditional exterior, combined with a very modern and sleek interior. So there's contrast for you.
Yay!
And I do have to say I appreciate the record player, because that seems like the vibe to me. Like, nightfall comes and you're sitting on the couch, having a juice, and you're listening to some old Japanese music, some Machiya, and looking at the blowfish while you do it. Because why not? I'm already in the frog costume from all the jumping outside, so I might as well be sitting inside looking at the blowfish.
You never take it off?
No, why would I?
Right. Why would you?
You're right. And then the people approach me and they're like, "Where's the frog?" I'm like, full on frog costume. I'm like, I don't know. Do I look like a sensible person to ask? Come on.
Just green.
That's an awesome bathroom. And you clearly didn't have a whole lot of space to work with, but I do have to say the concrete kind of brings it home for me.
Right? This is the half bath that is just downstairs for...
It's just a bath.
For...
Or it could be if you'd like. I'm sorry.
I prefer ba over th.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is the ba for guests, and whenever you don't want to walk upstairs from your leaping in the garden.
Yeah, you're not gonna walk upstairs. You're gonna jump upstairs, but I'll cut you some slack here.
So there's another full bath upstairs.
Oh, awesome.
Where the bedroom is.
But I feel like the guest bathroom that we just saw is kind of a break in the aesthetic that I really appreciated, because it wasn't just like, the rest of it is kind of very sleek black and white. It had kind of a concrete feel to it. I think that made a lot of sense to me in the color scheme.
Yeah, I wanted this to be dark because I just wanted to go all out with this one and having a window. So I wanted to get that full like dark, calm, tranquil bathroom vibe that's like cavey.
Yeah, it works. Yeah, it is cavey. That's a very good word to describe. I don't know if that's a word, but it's good. Yeah, I appreciate that. And a piano upstairs for when somebody downstairs is listening to music and you want to really annoy them. You'll just play some tunes on the piano. And I do have to say I like the wooden color of the piano.
Oh yeah, me too. I usually use that piano in a darker wood color. And I love switching it up. I really like that too. It felt special to me.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that. And this is the one bedroom that this place has.
You've been using a lot of hanging lights, right? Is it just me, or is it just... I feel like you've been using a lot of hanging lights, even downstairs.
I'd say it's a normal amount of hanging lights.
I like it. I'm not criticizing you. I'm just pointing out that it's a high amount of hanging lights.
Oh, so you think it's a high amount?
Yeah, I think it's abnormal. Weird, even. But I do appreciate it, so I will not prosecute.
Thank you. Also, I forgot to talk about something, and we're already 22 minutes in, so not everybody will hear this now, which is a waste. But I wanted to say thank you very much for 10,000 subscribers. That's
huge.
That's very cool.
Yeah, it's very cool.
I'm blushing.
I am also blushing.
What? You're blushing?
Yeah, you can't tell. It's whatever. It's a medical thing. Don't ask about it.
Yeah, that's really... That's just... I don't know what else to say besides that. That's cool.
Yeah.
But it's very cool.
Yeah. It's like that saying, like, when people say, you either, like, die early enough, you die like a hero early enough, or you
stop.
or maybe
Please.
You live long enough to see yourself like grow up to be like a wicked old frog person. So that's kind of a bummer.
That was torture. That was actual torture.
Yeah, well, it's what it is. But a lot of pillows, and I do have to say, I want to formally congratulate you to 10,000 subscribers. That's pretty cool.
Thank you very much. I actually got a really cool surprise from the bestest friends in the world.
Who? Say it. Say my name. You're damn right.
My favorite drink is not being sold in stores anymore, sadly. Apparently they've just stopped making it for whatever reason. And some of my favorite people in the entire world, Elle included, have recreated it in different versions.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say recreated as much as we've tried to come up with something equally tasty, which I would say we have succeeded in moderately.
I would say you've exceeded that goal by a long shot.
Well,
it was the most tasty thing ever.
Well, you're biased, so it doesn't matter what you think.
I'm biased because I'm full of love. I
spent an entire day just tasting different kinds of like self-made lemonades. I'm pretty sure I went into sugar shock at some point. But I'm glad you liked it. It was a lot of fun too.
I wish the people watching this could have tried lemonade.
I'm not sure we can produce them on that scale. I'll be honest with you. It was a lot of labor as is. I mean, I could get my garden people involved if you like.
Can you stop about the garden? It's worrying me a little bit.
Well, stop being worried about it. Come on.
I'm just trying to say I wish you guys listening to this could have tried it because it was nice and it's all you. I'm just here making my silly little videos.
And I'm also just here. I can't do all of the work. Yeah, I do everything. I very much deserve this, I would say.
Oh, check this out. I did a little this custom bathroom shelf.
Oh, wow. For some reason, I thought the sentence was going to go somewhere, but I don't know why I expected that.
Yeah, I thought this was revolutionary when I did this. Now that I'm looking at it, it's so cool. I'm not sure it's that revolutionary anymore.
No, but it's pretty cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, you kind of were fishing for that, so it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I'll give you that. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of space in the back that's not gonna be that accessible.
You're a critic and a hater.
Yeah, a hater. That's what you get. Okay, I get it. It's very fireproof because it's right next to the shower.
Right. For once, you approve of the fire security. That's awesome. And also, you're entirely right. It'd be hard to reach those things at the back. You'd always have to take out the things in the front. But you know what? That's something that I'm okay with for a good old custom bathroom shelf.
I'm not gonna weigh in this because I have literally no opinion on this whatsoever. But I had a great time hanging out with y'all today.
Thank you for watching.
Bye-bye.